fog. Fog is actually just condensed water vapor close to the ground. To understand fog, we first need to tackle humidity. In other words, fog is a visible aerosol consisting lots of tiny water droplets or ice crystals suspended in the air at or near the Earth's surface. The air around us can hold a certain amount of water vapor, or water in a gaseous state, depending on the temperature of the air. As more and more water fill the air feels more humid. The amount of water vapor in the air is known as humidity. When the water vapor completely saturates the air, the water droplets start to condense, in other words, turn from a gas back into a liquid. These droplets of liquid are suspended in the air and appear as a thick haze, known as fog. Fog can be considered a type of low-lying cloud usually resembling stratus, and is heavily influenced by nearby bodies of water, topography, and wind conditions. Fog is a natural weather conditions that can cause visibility to become zero until the sun heats up the area and burns it off. How fog forms? There are many different types of fog categories, and some of these categories have multiple types. First, it is important to understand that fog is basically a cloud on the ground. This means, like clouds, it is a collection of tiny water droplets formed when evaporated water is cooled. The way it is cooled determines how fog is formed. The first way that fog is formed is by radiation, also called infrared cooling. Radiation fog is fog that is due to the cooling of the Earth's surface at night. In the evening, the Earth radiates off heat absorbed from the sun's light during the day. As the warm air rises, the air near the Earth's surface becomes cooler. Cold air can hold less water vapor than warm air, and the water vapor in the air near the surface condenses, forming radiation fog. Infrared cooling happens due to the change of seasons from summer to fall and winter. During the summer, the ground absorbs solar radiation. As air passes over, it is made warm and moist. When the seasons change, this mass of warm moist air collides with the cooler air that is now prevalent. This causes the water vapor in the air mass to condense quickly and fog is formed. This fog is called radiation fog due to the way it forms by radiating the heat out of the ground. This kind of fog is the most common type of fog. It also happens when an unseasonable day of warm weather combined with high humidity is followed by dropping temperatures. The next way that fog forms is through advection. Advection is wind-driven fog formation. Advection fog is fog produced when air that is warmer and more moist than the ground surface moves over the ground surface. The term advection means a horizontal movement of air. Unlike radiation fog, advection fog can occur even when it is windy. In this case, warm air is pushed by winds across a cool surface where it condenses into fog. Valley fog. Valley fog forms where cold dense air settles into the lower parts of the valley, condensing and forming fog. It is often the result of a temperature inversion, with warmer air passing above the valley. Valley fog is confined by local topography and can last for several days in calm conditions during the winter. Upslope fog. Upslope fog or hill fog forms when winds blow air up a slope. This is called orographic uplift. The air cools as it rises, allowing moisture in it to condense. Evaporation fog. Evaporation fog is caused by cold air passing over warmer water or moist land. It often causes freezing fog, or sometimes frost. When some of the relatively warm water evaporates into lower layers, it warms the air, causing it to rise and mix with the cooler air that has passed over the surface. The warm, moist air cools as it mixes with the colder air, allowing condensation and fog to occur. There are also other kinds of fog like hail fog, coastal fog or freezing fog. Each of these conditions is where condensed water droplets are cooled to the point of freezing. According to health experts, Fog by itself cannot affect health of a person, but if pollutants entangled in fog, it can be the root cause of asthma and other respiratory diseases. Please do not forget to subscribe and like. Also, please hit the bell below.